The News 3 Now special presentation, Reaching Higher, the Amy's. Here's Susan Simon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special program honoring 4 professional Madison women who embody the work and spirit of entrepreneur Amy Gannon. Amy and her 13-year-old daughter, Jocelyn, died in a helicopter accident while on vacation in Hawaii 2 years ago. But Amy's legacy lives on. Tonight, we'll meet the women who have been named winners of the first annual Amy's, and you will see why they are so worthy of this honor. The Amy's were announced in a cover story in Madison Magazine, and the creator of the awards, magazine editor Andrea Bailing, tells us about the woman who inspired them.
Amy Gannon was a force to be reckoned with. She truly transformed Madison's entrepreneurial scene. In 2012, her and Heather Wentler co-founded Doyen, which is a nonprofit that creates programming and funding for entrepreneurs, particularly women and people of color. Her legacy lives on past her life, which is incredible, and the Amy's is a way to celebrate that. Our award winners continue her important work, and we awarded our awardees with these scarves in honor of Amy. Amy had a signature look, and it was to wear a scarf, so these were in memory of her.
The magazine received more than 50 nominations for Madison area women who epitomize Amy's approach to life. And tonight, we will introduce you to the 5 winners. 4 went to professional women, and 1 was a scholarship given to a younger woman. We begin tonight with Vanita Suresh, who accomplished an incredible list of professional and personal feats that showcase her creative talents and passions. Born in India, Vanita became the first engineer in several generations of her family and one of the first female engineers at Siemens, one of the world's biggest producers of energy-efficient technologies. She's also a musician and the mother of 2 musically talented sons.
We're going to be offering a prayer for peace, prosperity, and health for the entire world. This is called a Mangalam.
Drawing on traditions that go back 1,000 years, Vanita Suresh and her sons, 18-year-old Sanjay and 11-year-old Arjun, are bringing classical Indian music to Middleton.
My older one plays the violin, and the second one plays the Chitraveena, which is a 21-string slide. And Carnatic music itself, the music of southern India, the classical music of southern India, is at least 2,500 years old.
Vanita runs the Arohana School of Music, teaching students in the Carnatic tradition.
The one thing I've learned is that you do your work and you don't expect anything in return. And I truly didn't expect this would happen.
What is it about Amy's story that inspires you?
The fact that she could do it all, have a good family, have a full-time job, and run a nonprofit, these are the things that truly inspire me. And it's something that I can connect with because I also try to juggle a lot of things.
Your story is fascinating. Let's start at the very beginning and tell me where you grew up.
So I've lived in different parts of the southern part of India, in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu. And my father passed away when I was 9. I have 3 other siblings. I have an older sister and 2 older brothers. So my mother single-handedly raised all of us. It was a very difficult thing to do.
But growing up in India and in your culture, do girls have big dreams? Did you have big dreams for your future?
I did have big dreams. I grew up in a small town where women were not expected to do what I did. But it didn't stop me from doing what I wanted to do. So I genuinely think that the power is in our hands. Vanita proved that when a recruiter came to her college in India to interview candidates for engineers. So we had about 350 students who were waiting to be interviewed by Siemens, the German multinational giant. So the person who came to recruit us, the manager, mentioned that this was a position only for men. I raised my hand and I said, I think it's unfair. Why are you biased against hiring women? And he was quite surprised because he didn't expect that somebody would ask that question. And at the end, they chose 6 or 7 of us. And then I was the only one. In 10 years, I was the only woman engineer in that division.
That was brave to speak up like that.
Yes.
Where does that bravery come from?
I'm usually quite brave. I remember another instance when I was in kindergarten. We were all struggling because we didn't have ceiling fans. And the place that I'm from is a very, very hot, it's tropical. Out of the blue, just said, "Excuse me, madam, I have something to tell you." She asked me, "So what do you want?" And I said, "We're all really struggling in the heat. Could you please give us ceiling fans?" The teachers were like shocked. They were like, this child asking this question. I was maybe 4. My teacher sent a note to my mother saying, "We would like to meet you. We need to tell you something." My mother was really scared because she thought I was up to mischief. So she came to school to meet them, and they thanked her profusely. They said, "Because of your daughter, our entire school has gotten ceiling fans."
That fighting spirit has helped Vanita earn an incredible list of accomplishments. The first female engineer in your division, as you mentioned, a software consultant, a vocalist, a musician. You run a music school. You started a nonprofit. You hold 2 master's degrees. On top of all of that, you work full-time as a medical software consultant. You're raising 2 boys. Is that all?
Yes, so there are 2 nonprofits I should talk about. One is SciArt Services, which is the one that my husband and I founded. I'm also the executive director of the Mel Harmony Foundation.
Well, explain what Mel Harmony is for people who don't know what that is.
So Mel Harmony is a novel concept in world music that was created by Maestro Chitravina and Ravi Kiran in the year 2000. So it is a system of music that explores chords and counterpoints firmly anchored on the rules and aesthetics of evolved melodic systems, like the Indian music system, for example. And every year we have these Mel Harmony festivals, the twin composer festivals that feature the works of composers from the East and West.
Well, hearing your story and how strong you are and have been will be very inspirational to a lot of other women who probably today, in this day and age, still feel underestimated. What would your advice be?
If there's any advice I would like to give women, it's only the 3 P's that I think of. One is passion, the other is patience, and the other is positivity. These 3 ingredients can absolutely make wonders in making a successful woman. It's all about what we want to achieve, and I think if we start thinking positively towards the future, the universe will conspire to make it happen.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection serves all of Dane County and the surrounding communities. And with our new location in Monroe, we also proudly serve all of Greene County.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
It's time to choose a Medicare plan. So why not choose a 5-star Medicare Advantage HMO plan from Quartz? Starting as low as $0 per month, including medical, hospital, and prescriptions, and dental, vision, and hearing aid benefits. Learn more. Call us today to find a plan that fits your budget and your lifestyle. Quartz offers the region's top-rated Medicare Advantage plans, and they're now even more exciting. New for 2022, the Quartz Cash Card gives you the freedom to spend up to $460 annually on a variety of health-related products and services. And Quartz gives you access to an all-star team of high-quality providers, featuring UW Health, giving you the 5-star treatment you deserve. Because at Quartz, you're the star of our 5-star Medicare Advantage plans. Don't wait. Call now to get plan details from Quartz, or speak with one of our enrollment specialists today.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
The 4 women featured tonight, each one for different strengths, and each one commemorates the type of person that Amy Gannon was and the work that she wanted to accomplish. Our next winner was named the strategist of the group. Rebecca Stevens used her own challenging life experience and strategic skill set to lift up and support startup business owners. Behind the walls of some of the oldest buildings in Madison lie some of the newest innovations. At Commonwealth Development's business incubator on South Baldwin Street, young companies like Lily Forest Designs and The Baked Lab Custom Wedding Cakes rent affordable commercial space on the Isthmus, which is very hard to find. Rebecca Stevens was the business development manager here, following in Amy's footsteps by giving entrepreneurs a hand up. What was it specifically about your interaction with Amy that inspired you?
Just the way she was able to hear your idea, hear that you're scared out of your mind, and just kind of calm you down a little bit and get you to start thinking it through. She had a term called terra-thrilling, like terrifying and thrilling at the same time.
Well, the woman who nominated you, Megan Diaz-Ricks, now the communications director here at Commonwealth, she said, Rebecca is excellent at identifying the thing people don't see. So you see people. You see the potential in people.
Yeah, I mean, I do see people. So hearing it, it's hard to kind of hear compliments sometimes. It's stuff that just should be something that we all do. This is Lev Apparel.
Lev Apparel?
For those that are underrepresented in general, they're not seen. And if they are seen, they're looked at as being in the way and not as a potential partner or someone that you could potentially work with and help grow. They're seen as a burden.
You were given the Strategist Award, which I think they might have called the Survivor Award for you. You've been through a lot of struggle, a lot of things that could have broken your spirit. And not only did you survive, but you've thrived. And people can draw a lot of inspiration from that. When you were 33, right, you lost your job and you were evicted from your apartment and your car was repossessed, all within a couple of months.
Yes.
Tell me about that period of your life.
It was rough. I'd never been in a situation like that before. I, have a degree from Marquette University and pretty smart, and I've always never had an issue finding a job ever. So I lost that job and thought I could easily find another one, but it wasn't the case. I was unemployed for 6 months, and during that process, can't afford to pay some things. So rent got to the point where I ended up getting evicted, and then I ended up moving to Madison with my sister, and had just found a job, started working it, and I came outside from that job, and my car was gone.
How did you get through it?
Prayer, to be honest. I mean, a lot of people kind of don't like to bring religion into a lot of things, but that's honestly the only way I was able to get through it.
When it rains, it pours. Just when you think you get through that horrible period, in 2019, you went through a very difficult season of loss. You held your friend's hand as she took her last breath, which, if there's a higher honor, I don't know what it is. Then you lost your dad, and you lost another friend who was like an aunt to you, and then you lost your best friend to suicide. Rebecca, how did that experience change you?
It made me really look at life and value it all the way, value all the relationships, all of the friendships, just value life, and really live it every single day, not take any moment for granted.
Since leaving Commonwealth, Rebecca has been competitively recruited to become a talent supply chain consultant at Kelly Services, where she helps secure talent for a variety of companies. The death of her friend inspired Rebecca to write a children's book about sharing and navigating emotions, especially for children of color.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Back again at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison with another big winner.
We're here with Pete, who just won $50,000 on progressive slots. How did you do it, Pete?
Well, first off, you get your rewards club card. You put that in the slots, the slot of your choice, of course. Now there I am. I'm seeing that machine. It's looking at me. We're vibing, and
it's vibing.
It's vibing with me. And then I start pressing buttons. Mash those buttons, as many buttons as you can press.
Buttons. There you have it, folks. Advice from a winner.
Well, I guess it's all about the buttons. Who knew?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
I was in excellent hands with Gruber Law Offices. At the end of the whole process, you felt like part of the family.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They are the best law office in the state of Wisconsin.
Where have all the truck drivers gone?
There's not a trucking company that doesn't have a sign out, help wanted.
Mark Kane takes you inside a local diesel driving school to find out what's causing the driver shortage and what's being done to get them back on the road. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
Our next Amy's winner is the free thinker. Tanya Ibarra is a leader in diversity and inclusion initiatives in Madison at the many organizations where she served. She is a founding member of the Latino Professionals Association of Greater Madison and the current CEO of Step Up, Equity Matters. Tanya's mission is to break down barriers to access and opportunities and to help young businesses navigate uncharted territories, a journey that started with her very own. We met Tanya Ibarra at the Foundation for Black Women's Wellness in Madison, one of the many organizations in which she serves.
As a person who came to the States as a grown person, right, I came to college, I was very much oblivious of the challenges of inequities here in the U.S.
Tanya was a student in South America when she won a scholarship to attend college in the U.S. Her experience arriving at Clark University in Dubuque set the stage for her future career as a changemaker for diversity and inclusion, a career that Amy helped her create.
So I knew Amy, and I was really sad when she passed. Whew. And we had made plans to work together. It was the year that I decided to start my own business, and she was gonna mentor me to be a mentor for the young. It truly was kind of like a missed opportunity when, that happened. And so it was really validating that, that I still went through the entrepreneurial journey these last 2 years, but I wish it was there. We can still do this work in her name, because she was a believer in the possibilities, and she helped people build their dreams, and she believed in everybody's dreams.
The work and the dream for Tanya started early on.
I grew up in Ecuador. I was born in this little town of like 100 people up in the mountains of Ecuador. There's not a lot of technology and so that was my childhood, and then my parents moved to a bigger city so that I can have a better education.
Did you always feel like all opportunities were available to you?
I didn't ever feel like it was going to be a struggle. Outside of the U.S., sometimes most people idealize America as this perfect place, like the American dream and all of these things.
It was Amy who helped Tanya recognize she could do the most good by leaving the corporate world to start her entrepreneurial journey. The person who nominated you wrote, "She is a persistent mentor, the voice of clarity and honesty in hard conversations." How do you think we're doing with that as a community now?
We have a very long way to go. So, like, from an equity point of view, pay equity for women of color hasn't changed in 50 years. So sometimes when feel like I can have a very bold conversation with an organizational leader and they say, "What can we do for you?" I was like, just do a pay equity study and like make everybody, because you can change women of color life by just fixing the pay equity.
For women who want to get into the entrepreneurial space, want a seat at the table, want to make a difference, and for all the challenges you described are struggling to get there, what would you tell them?
It's not you, it's the system. Just keep doing what they're doing, and that eventually, hopefully, somebody in the system is going to do something different for them. And I think that's my experience. That's what Amy did for me. Embrace your gifts and do what you're doing, and do not internalize the craziness of the messages that you get, because it's not them.
Tanya's family still lives in Ecuador. She takes her 2 daughters there as often as she can. Amy Gannon taught Tanya the phrase popcorn brain, where ideas come rapidly. And Tanya admits she may not have an off switch. By all appearances, Tanya is just getting started. Our 4th professional award goes to the one nominated as the teacher. Annie Vang grew up in Wisconsin, the child of Hmong immigrants. She was certain she wanted to work as a computer program developer. Despite daunting disappointments, Annie succeeded, even though she was caught in between 2 cultures. She even developed her own app. The beginning of a school year always brings a mix of emotions. For Annie Vang, walking the halls of Madison College feels like coming home.
I felt like this is where I was born.
Annie studied nursing at UW-Madison, but soon realized she was on the wrong path. She made the difficult decision to drop out.
I knew where I failed in the past and where people have told me I would not amount to anything. But when I came here, I really just wanted to show people that I'm talented. But when I came to Madison College, I saw that there were people that were of all ages, all ethnicities, all different stages of their life. And I thought, hey, I think I could build a home here.
Annie has always known since she was a little girl what her true passion is. When were you first exposed to computers?
1989.
You know the year.
Yes, 1989 in a 6th grade classroom at Randall Elementary in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
And what date and what month and what time of the day? Why is it that so significant to you?
Because I'd never seen a computer before, and I always remember that little Apple logo, and I loved playing Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego and Oregon Trail, and those were just super fascinating for me.
Dan, you asked your teacher if you could do something with computers for a living.
Because I loved computers so much, I took every computer class possible up until freshman year of high school, and I asked my teacher, I really wanted to make those things. And she told me I would not be successful because I was not a boy and I was not a genius. And I felt really sad, I was really embarrassed, and I actually just thought maybe that just wasn't for me.
Annie was just 2 years old when her parents left everything to start a new life and live the American dream.
I was born in a refugee camp in Thailand, and then my family immigrated to the United States in '79, and we lived in Iowa, and then we moved to Milwaukee, and I actually grew up in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Did you speak any English?
When I first came to the United States, no. My first native language is Hmong. I learned to speak English by watching Big Bird, Popeye. My mom says I watched a lot of Popeye and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
So Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers taught you English?
Yes.
Oh, that's incredible. Annie's personal experience, coupled with a degree in web development from Madison College, led to her creating 2 phone apps. So what is your app called?
It's called Hmong Phrases.
Hmong Phrases.
And I am the sole, this is my voice.
Is it really?
It is, it's my voice. So I'm a one-woman show. I do all the design, I do all of the coding and all the audio sounds and all the translation.
Annie launched the Hmong Phrases app in 2011 and updated it this summer. It's divided into colorful sections of common words and phrases in both Hmong dialects, green and white. If I wanted to say to your parents, hello, how are you?
Yes.
How would I do that?
Well, you could search for it. A lot of my customers are I want to say non-native Hmong speakers, because they are interested in Hmong culture and Hmong language. And so they use this app as a reference to speak simple conversational phrases to Hmong speakers.
Your app, I understand, has about 4,000 paid downloads already. So what do you think that freshman teacher would say to you today?
I hope that if I ever meet her again, I would still like to thank her. In my heart, she probably never knew that it hurt me, but I forgave her a long time ago. And I'm just blessed that, like myself moving forward, I want to encourage more girls to go out there.
In addition to the Hmong Phrases app, Annie developed an app called Yumaholic, which teaches Southeast Asian cooking. She also has a YouTube channel where she shares Hmong food and Southeast Asian recipes.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call now or go online for your free information kit from Physicians Mutual.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
The Amy's also include a scholarship to a young woman. The Jocelyn Scholarship honors Jocelyn Gannon, who was the picture taker of the Gannon family and aspired to be a professional photographer by going to someone who might pursue photography in the future. Lita Samsa is a high school senior who worked hard to find her way in school, according to the counselor at Capitol High who nominated her. She enrolled in the Early College STEM Academy at Madison College and earned a year of dual college and high school credit. All of the winners are awarded financial gifts provided by the Amy and Jocelyn Memorial Fund. Amy's husband, Mike, manages the foundation.
I'm in the process still of developing a foundation. I now have the means to really move forward on it. One of them is to start an investment fund or some kind of grant program to give to women entrepreneurs or minority entrepreneurs to help them start businesses. That's something that was really important to Amy.
Mike Gannon and Madison Magazine hope to make the Amy's an annual award program. If you'd like to donate to the Amy and Jocelyn Memorial Fund, visit GannonFoundation.org. We hope the stories from each of tonight's winners inspire others to achieve what Amy Gannon did. Thank you for watching, and good night.